So I was supposed to make this soap. I committed to doing 2 soaps in this line, in the Labyrinth line, and then life got really busy and I was bogged down with all of the wholesale orders, and classes started for a hot minute and then they stopped, and all the things. Yes, and so I did not get around to making this soap, but I'm actually really happy that I didn't have to make this soap, because the way that I wanted to do it is something that I had done in year 1 that took over 3 days, and I was already like triggered by the thought of having to do a soap like that again. So there's that. I will tell you what this soap is that I was supposed to have done in just a minute, but before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 19 of 365 days of soap, and we're continuing on with the Labyrinth series that the Soaprentice has designed and made. She made all of them. I was supposed to do this one, and I didn't. And the inspiration for this one were the stairs, like those crazy Escher stairs, while Toby is like climbing up and down and around them, and Jareth is walking around and Sarah's trying to find Toby and all that, right? Those stairs. And back in year 1, I had done that straight lines design thing and and it took like 3 days to do, and it was cuckoo bananas and all of the jazz. And so I'm glad that I didn't have to do this one for sure. So, let's go to the video and we will talk about her and her sculpting tools and all of the things, there. Okay, so today is the stairs from the, Escher room in the Labyrinth. The stairs, and Toby's crawling around and they're all weird angles, and the stairs themselves, they go around themselves and you can walk up. All the things, yes, for sure. And the scent blend that the Soaprentice is using for this is from Sierra Candles, and it is called Perfect Peony. And this is a Bath & Body Works dupe. And let's go ahead and see what the website has to say about it for soaping notes. Okay, scent notes say an airy blend of peony, natural apple oil, and vanilla sandalwood. So I don't know why she selected this. I really don't, except for maybe she really likes vanilla and sandalwood, because I know both of those things are true for the Soaprentice. And the testing notes say, our testers told us this is the best peony they have ever smelled. An airy blend of peony, natural apple oil, and vanilla sandalwood. Vanillin content, none. Actually, the vanillin content is just, it does not say none. It's just left blank. And then the soaping notes, major acceleration, like most florals, no ricing or discoloration, strong scent retention. Okay, so there you go. The Soaprentice selected this, so she knows that it's going to accelerate. And based on what she is doing with these sculpting tools, I am going to assume that that was one of the reasons why she selected this particular scent for this pour, because acceleration can be good in something like this. This could be an example of the Soaprentice could be giving us an example of how to use acceleration to your advantage in your soaping if she decides to portion off each section and scent it as she needs it. So that's cool. And it looks like so far that's what she's doing, because she colored that entire batch the same color. So I believe she's doing a single color bar here, probably with mica lines. Oh no, she's changing it. Okay, never mind. I'm going to stop guessing what it is that she's doing. I do know that she's doing stairs, and I do know that she's doing it different than the Amy Warden Soap Challenge thing that I did, when it took me 3 days to do those straight layered. I don't remember what the actual challenge was called, but it was that one that was like a crazy Escher thing. Like, you remember? And it took me 3 days, and I was moving the dividers inside of the mold and pouring, like, you know, 2 ounces of soap at a time, and it was wild. It was a 3-day process. Luckily, this one was not for the Soaprentice, and so I'm so happy for her. Okay, let's check out this pour. Now, she did recolor that little bit that she poured off there, but it doesn't really look much darker. So she's going to be going with just slight changes in color, really. Maybe do some shadowing type things with stairs and all the jazz. Taking a stick blender back to it. Now, that's another way to make sure that your layers set up nicely while your batter that's still in your big Pyrex or your big container stays fluid, so you can continue on with the pour, but the base layer sets up quickly enough that you can pull your sculpting tool through it, really. So she took that to slightly thicker trace there, and I really am interested to see what happens. Oh, she had already put the scent in. Okay. I guess I missed that. Okay, cool. And so it didn't accelerate. I guess that's why she took the stick blender to it. Okay, cool. Let's continue to watch this throughout the pour and see if we can see if that remains the case throughout, all of it, for sure. So I'm thinking she's still going to have something to do with mica lines with all of this, because, okay, now we're putting in some titanium dioxide into one of the containers. Oh, I love that. Is that magic beans? Oh, she took it away. She decided against it. We're doing golden set. Okay, cool. Again, I'm along for this ride with you guys. I actually didn't watch any of this footage as I edited it. I just scanned it for no motion going on, really, and cut some stuff out. So this batter has remained very, very beautifully fluid, which is definitely something that you want when you're doing a sculpting or a layered pour, especially if you're doing a sculpting. You want to give yourself plenty of time to work the next color in, or allow the stuff that's in the mold, the soap batter that's in the mold, to go ahead and set up nicely so it's thick enough to have a tool, a sculpting tool, pulled through it, and then that tool holds its shape. Now, these are all the ones that she's using, so she definitely has a plan of attack with what. So 1, 2, 3 from bottom to, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down, sister. Let's check it out. And so this has set up. That's firm. It's good. Cool. Let's watch her sculpting skills for sure. Oh, that's beautiful. So it's actually kind of not quite ready to really do it, but I think it still can totally work. This reminds me of when I did the ugly sweater pour during the 12 days of Christmas, right? And I Dream in Soap had done a really beautiful layered thing like this, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that because I'm not that precise. But for an ugly sweater, I can totally just mess around with it, and if the lines are off, then the lines are off. And this reminds me of the start of that one for sure. And she made it work. That's totally good. I would ship that. I would pour on top of that and continue on, really, if you're trying to build stairs, because look at those ridges. They did their thing. Okay, so she is doing mica lines. All right, so just a little piece of muslin over the actual mica container itself is the easiest way to lay down a mica line. Just do that, for sure. That is the best little trick that I ever got from all of the Amy Warden Soap Challenge challenges, just ever. Did you guys just watch her pour all of the scent into that, or did that just happen? Hold on, I gotta rewind. Okay, yeah, no, she totally poured the majority of what was left of the scent into that layer, and it already had some thicker soap batter in it anyway, because that's where she put everything that she pulled out of the mold. But 2, that's not really what I would consider like actual acceleration. I mean, yeah, it got thicker, but you've seen some really bad acceleration on this channel, and probably if you are a soaper in your own soaping journey. So I don't know. I don't know that I would really necessarily consider that acceleration. So, you know, keep that in mind. If you like florals, Sierra Candle's website legitimately says that this does accelerate, but we're not super experiencing acceleration that would make you freak out, really. So that's good. Cool, that's good to know. Interesting. All right, cool. I love all of this. Now, with the rest of this pour, she's going to be waiting in between times to make sure everything gets set up, and then continuing to pull her tools and lay her mica lines down. It looks exactly like what she's going to be doing here. So that's awesome, and I'm totally here for that. So she's probably going to be putting this on a heat pad between times, between pours and pulls and all of the jazz. And, you know, cool. And there's hardly any scent left for the other 2 Pyrex, so I'm very interested to see that for sure. And we can't see that because that footage got lost, but she did put the Labyrinth top on it, like the thing that she built, the silicone mold that she made, so the impression mat, and so that's awesome. And let's look at her cuts and see if we can tell with the 3 tools that she used, you know, how well they worked. I'm actually... Oh, okay, cool. They totally worked. I'm actually really bummed that I don't have the footage. I didn't get to see the rest of this pour. I wanted to see the rest of this pour. But the end result, you can totally, I mean, you can learn a lot from the end result as well. So we're gonna do that because, yes. And always, Georgia May, pulling from the middle. I love that, for sure. Okay, so 1, 2... And the top one was the lightest, so that was the one that maybe she put the white into. Okay. Wow, all right, cool. Now, that's very interesting, seriously. It's like all of the up and down and the stairs that lead to somewhere and nowhere and everywhere at the same time. It's like a crazy Escher thing. MC Escher, artist, very famous. The only reason I know him is because my brother is really into him. I actually had somebody tell me after my little 3-day video thing with I kept calling it a crazy Escher thing, that they're like, it's not Escher, it's like the Penrose stairs. And I'm like, but like that thing, that lithograph or that drawing or whatever that Escher made was based on the Impossible Stairs, right? On the Penrose. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I don't know a lot about art, but I'm pretty sure that that's it. And so I'm pretty sure that this room in the Labyrinth movie was based on the Escher thing. But I don't know. You know, I could be wrong. If we have any Labyrinth aficionados out there, then, you know, let me know. I would love to have a chat about, you know, whether or not anyone has ever confirmed that. But that's what I think, and that's what it reminds me of. So, cool. But the scent blend for this actually is very strong for that. Sierra Candles was accurate in that soaping note that has a very strong scent retention after saponification. and the blend is delightful. I don't know what peonies smell like, but I like this one. It's a little bit floral, has a nice vanilla grounding, and the sandalwood definitely comes out, gives it a nice little kind of sultry tone to it. It's delightful. And this bar is beautiful, and I'm so mad at myself that I lost the rest of this footage, but you know, that's day 19. The Soaprentice has always been so good at the sculpting tools. I love it when she starts doing all of the different, it's always a delight to watch the experience and the entire process do its thing, for sure, and this one was no exception. I loved this. I also really loved how well that scent performed within this soap. Sierra Candles has been great so far, just across the board. Their scents have been delightful. They've stuck really well through saponification, and they haven't given us any problems in actually soaping. So I love that, and I super love that they're also, you know, local to Washington State. So that makes me, you know, equally happy, because that means I will get my fragrances really fast, which is epic. Yes. If you're interested in the Stairs soap, you can get it once the Soaprentice is done with all of the Labyrinth soaps, and we've dropped all the videos. So, you know, sometime next week, for sure, you can find them at soapandclay.com. But for now, you can go check out other stuff that you might need to stock up on, and that would be cool. Yes. If you're interested in more soapy antics and seeing what else we do for the channel and all of the jazz, click the button, subscribe. You know the drill. For all of you who have clicked that button, you also know the drill. You did the thing, and you know how much I love you for it. So thank you for becoming one of my sudsers, because that's the difference. You click the button, and then yes, totally. I do appreciate you joining me for another round of 365 days of soap. I'm out of here for today. I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of soapy fun. Bye.